We're at the tail end of our program where we'll be looking at stories that have made it to the front pages of the newspaper. Now, starting off with the Daily Trust newspaper, we have bandits burn maize farms in Kaduna. Our means of livelihood gone, says farmers. Attack can worsen food shortage, drive up prices. Of course. We are probing incident, says police. Then we have a pictorial there. Says accident scene where 10 passengers died along Yamfari village, Taura local government area of Jigawa state. This happened yesterday. That's quite disheartening. On the top left, Zamfara youths protest at DSS headquarters over bandit attacks, and 16 manufacturing firms lost 722 billion naira to naira depreciation, says MAN, that's Manufacturing Association of Nigeria. India's Prime Minister visits Nigeria on Saturday. On the bottom, Lassa fever meningitis kills 762 persons in 1 year. And then in Edo, Okpebolo sworn in as governor appoints Oshomale's son commissioner. Well, if you didn't expect that. 19 directors fail permanent secretary examination, and 10 die in Jigawa road crash. These are the stories you could get on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. So if you're looking forward to that, do well to get the paper and keep yourself informed on the latest happening in the country. Now moving on, let's look at The Nation. The Nation. Now the stories we have on The Nation. Boldly, the democracy best option, Tinubu declares as Okpebolo steps in. Governor to probe exclusion of lawmakers, restores Oba Benin as custodian of returned artifacts. Osage, Dr. Shomale's son, nominated as commissioners. Nigeria Saudi targets deals in energy and agri sector. We have that. And then on Ondo 2024, Yebanji to Ekitis in Ondo support Ayeda Tiwa. PDP APC clash over alleged plot to compromise poll. I'm still in the race, says YPP candidates, and IPAC urges INEC and security agents to be fair. Now on the top left, EFCC arrests Wabote over alleged $35 million fraud. Government to pay 66 billion naira to federal pensioners next month. Ex-workers protest. Okay. And 40% of 2024 NECO candidates may not get admission. Circular Road, Makinde raises panel on compensation. Those are the stories we have on the front page of The Nation. Now moving over to The Punch newspaper. On The Punch this morning, we have boldly there. On The Punch this morning, we have boldly there, Shetima leads APC mega rally as Governor Ajayi's camp allege rigging plot. Parties inspect sensitive materials. Atiku campaigns for Ajayi. Ajasin's son backs governor. Federal government services foreign debts with $3.5 billion. That is there. Child abuse scandal. Archbishop of Canterbury resigns. Minister unveils 240 kilowatt solar car packed donated by Azura Power at UNN. On the bottom left, tax panel proposes relief for loss-making firms, and Ondo prophetess arrested over mother's child death in church. Grid collapse, EFCC probes electricity contracts. Now on the top left, Dangote Ipman members load petrol at 990 litre. Well, this is here, but the conversation we just had with the Ipman national spokesperson said the price has not been determined yet. So, yeah. And then Army buries Labaja on Friday, and federal government and local government signs agreement on autonomy. Those are the stories we have on the front pages of The Punch. Now let's look at Daily Independence. Daily Independence. On Daily Independence this morning, the bold headline we have there, most challenging economic period now over. Daily Independence will be showing shortly on your screen. On Daily Independence, most challenging economic period now over, Tinubu tells Nigerians. Congratulations, new Edo governors listed why Obaseki was ineffective. And on the top left, NCDC issues alert as Lassa fever, meningitis threats rise across Nigeria. We are looking at the Daily Independence. Editors urge federal government to ease impact of fuel subsidy, cut FX volatility. Banks recapitalization to boost financial inclusion, access to credit, and corrupt contractors behind unstable electricity. We've seen that. NDLEA impounds over 9 billion naira worth of tramadol at Lekki Deep Sea Port. And NCAA warns pilots against working for multiple airlines concurrently. Police debunk just bomb scare. That we saw that yesterday. Those are the stories we have on the front page of Daily Independence. Now moving over to Guardian. On the Guardian, Yuletide offers hope for weak naira amid negative forecast. Okay. And House of Reps seek review of mining consent process as collapse site kills 13 in Plateau. On under election, IPAC tax INEC and security agencies on neutrality. Funding anticipatory climate actions, IRC leaders tell flooding. IRC tell leaders as flooding worsens. And Nigeria recovered over $5 billion stolen assets in 25 years. I have nothing to hide, says Okowa, as OPEC rejects lower oil demand, as Nigeria protection stagnates at 1.4 million. No MD executed 20% of capital projects, says EFCC. And Okpebelo sworn in as Edo governor appoints aides. Now, still on health, meningitis, Nigeria records 361 deaths, 330 cases in 2 years. All right, now those are the stories we're able to take this morning. So joining us via Zoom to review some of the headlines of today's newspaper, we have Ben Shemang, former Director of News, Voice of Nigeria. Good morning, Mr. Ben. It's good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Welcome.
All right, the story we have boldly on Daily Trust. Bandits burn maize farm in Kaduna. Farmers are lamenting, and there is a most likelihood of food shortage and prices might be driven up. Now, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's not a new thing. After all, the farmers and herders clashes has done a deadly blow when it comes to food security or food insecurity in the country. Now we're seeing a new twist. Those days, the bandits would rather buy the crops from the farmers at the price the bandits are so determined. But if they are burning it, it's also going to entail on the bandits too, that hunger is going to be palpable. It's going to affect everybody. It's a new twist to the fight against humanity, and it is condemnable. It's not a thing that is wanted in society, and I think time has come too that when government is saying they have agro ranchers, let us see them at work. When we also have the security agencies fighting here and there has to be joint operations to ensure that not just lives, property, foodstuff, roads, infrastructure, like the national grids too. Those days in Borno State, you find AK-47 being used by terrorists to shoot cables there, and of course, putting down some regions in the dark. Also, it's unfortunate that foodstuff is being burned. It's unfortunate that farmers cannot go to farm, or you have farm, you spend so much to farm. Now it's been set ablaze.
All right, thank you very much for that. Now let's look at insecurities. And for our youth protest at DSS headquarters over bandit attack. Now we know that the case of insecurity in the country is becoming alarming. But, you know, youths going all out to protest at the headquarters to tell them you are meant to protect us. What is happening? You know, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I expected that the youths, yes, they have a right to protest. But in the same vein, we also expect that the youths having known since they saw that a strange group or strange faces were invading their communities of Zamfara, of Sokoto, of Kebbi, I mean, they should have been so proactive to the extent that they'll tell the authorities, look, we are seeing strange faces. These strange faces, this is the way they operate, this is the way they dress, and this is the way they preach. We've seen that they are flocking some people, including their imams. They have seen a situation where they are hoisting some strange flags here and there, and that is a mark of authority. Now, who are they to kind of hoist a flag in a nation? I mean, are they creating a nation? So this is where intelligence will have to come in, and it has to be everybody being involved. A farmer who sees this must tell the authority. The herder who sees this must tell the authority. The authority too, you must have ways of permeating, going into some of these areas to ensure that all warning signals are seen and they are discernible, and proactive actions are taken to ensure they are preemptive and not reactive in nature.
All right, thank you for that. Now, let's look at Edo election. Kobelo was just sworn in as governor, and one of his appointees was Oshomole's son. I mean, I would say this was expected, but what's your thought on it? Being that Oshomole played a major role when it comes to backing him during the election process, but what's your thought on that?
Well, I think it's all about service to humanity. Recall that at the point, Oshomole went to virtually every local government campaigning for this governor that has been sworn in. So it's payback time as far as I'm concerned. I wash my hand, I wash yours. I recall that at the point, the governor in a campaign rally missed some lines. So Shimole acted like a teleprompter. It was prompting him from behind, no, say this, that kind of a thing. So it's really payback time. But jokes apart, if the son can deliver, why not? But if it's just to find some jobs to compensate a man who was, Shimole, who was NLC president, governor twice, and now a senator, then you're now having the son in the cabinet of the state. It also says probably they are grooming him towards some things. But I also hope that the marriage will last long. Because we've seen Oshomole, his marriage with the outgoing governor, the marriage with former aspirants in that state. Sometimes it was always a marriage that went awry. So we expect that those should have better life, good roads. Since they said that the outgoing governor or the outgoing governor didn't perform very well, it means they also know that the areas, the like health, roads, rural development, food security, security itself, trafficking in persons internally and externally. So if the then governor didn't do well in that area, then by way of peer reviewing, we expect the new governor to deliver the goods, deliver service, and that's what they're waiting for.
All right. Well, we hope that the new governor will be able to deliver on his campaign promises. Now, quickly before we go, we got in the report yesterday that Ipman will now be allowed to lease petroleum products directly from Dangote refinery, alongside other, large marketers like NNPCL and other big marketers. And Nigerians are expecting a likelihood of reduction of cost. But what are you expecting from that?
Well, truly, in Nigeria, I'm waiting to see that prices of whatever in this country, once they are up there, it's very rare you see that they are coming down. It's very rare. Just do a research, you'll find out that way. But if we now see that, yes, there's the agreement, Dangote will buy crude oil from NNPCL, and international marketers and local marketers will buy petrol from Dangote. Foreign exchange is there, the naira is there. It's good omen for Nigeria. Probably that was why the president had a dream to say that, look, Nigerians will soon enjoy, because this monoculture kind of economy is affecting virtually every facet of life in Nigeria. The moment there is no petrol, of course, transportation will go high, services will go high. You're talking of even the restaurants, the welder, university system. Go to hospitals where you need operation, no light. You begin to import generators. At what price? You know, Nigeria is the country with the highest import of generators, and we're talking of fighting environmental.
Exactly.
We need to protect environment with all the gaseous emissions from generators here and there. Quite a lot of things need to be done. So we are waiting to see if really there is a hope at the end of the tunnel. Even as some people are saying there's no tunnel, not to talk about the hope. But a president will give the assurance, and that's the assurance he's giving. So let's wait and see. But the waiting shouldn't be too long.
All right. We look forward to seeing Nigerians, like the president said, this period will soon be over. So we hope it will soon be over in time for Nigerians to enjoy. All right. It's good to have you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ben Shemen, for always taking out time to join us to look at stories that made it to the front pages of our newspaper. It's always good to have your perspective on the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and bye for now.
Bye for now. That was Ben Shemen, Director of News, former Director of News there at Voice of Nigeria, joining us on the newspaper review. Well, as we know, that's how we wrap up our show, looking at stories that made it to the newspaper and also keeping you informed. So yes, we've come to the end of Daybreak this morning. We'll definitely see you again tomorrow with something fresh. And at the top of the hour, we'll have sports, we'll also have business, and we'll have our news. So stick around, because we still have things packed for you, though not on Daybreak, but on Trust TV in general. My name is Lilian Ogazi, and as we leave you today, I would say show a little kindness in your activities for the day. Stay informed, confirm information from the right source, avoid misinformation at all costs, avoid pressing or sending out fake news, and at the same time, show a little kindness and make someone around you smile this morning. Do have a great day. I am Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.